All Emerald and Lou Ford ever wanted was just a little privacy, that rarest of commodities back in the year 2185, before the strict population control laws of 2200, when human beings were still packed on the surface of this old planet like fruitlets on a blackberry.
Hell, we did that 100 years ago.
Meanwhile, Council Bluffs, Iowa was still threatened by stark tragedy, but 200 weary workers have refused to give up hope and continue to dig in an effort to save Elbert Hagedorn, 183, who has been wedged for 2 days in the gorge on the west side of the Council Bluffs farm.
Silence! Next one who shoots off his big bazoo is gonna find himself cut off without a dollar. When they wave that checkered flag at the Indianapolis Speedway, old Gramps gets ready for his big trip up yonder.
Dr. Brainerd Keyes Bullard, president of Wyandotte College, said in a speech tonight that most of the world's ills can be traced to the fact that man's knowledge of himself has not kept pace with his knowledge of the physical world. In the Windy City tonight, a special celebration is taking place in the Chicago Lying In Hospital. The guest of honor is Benjamin Hitz, age 0. Hitz was born this morning. He's the 25 millionth child to be born in that hospital.
Hell, we said that 100 years ago.
I heard that!
I didn't mean anything by it, sir.
Get me my will, boy. You know where it is. You kids all know where it is. Come on, fetch, boy! Boy!
Coming, sir.
Pen! Ah, not that blinky thing. Ah, that's a nice one. Good boy, Willie. One, two. I've had many heartbreaks here, and we'll be leaving this vale of tears for a better land. But the deepest hurt of all has been dealt me by my great-grandson, Louis J.
Sir.
Ford. Don't quibble. You're in enough hot water now, son. Well, time to watch the McGarvey family. I can't wait to see what happens next.
You need no longer suffer, need no longer feel different and out of place. Thus ends the 29,121st chapter in the life of your neighbors and mine, the McGarveys.
Just a second.
Well, looks like you've got some tidying up to do, boy.
You poor little lamb. Don't look so awful. This was my fault. I put you up to it with all my nagging about Gramps.
No, Em, really, you didn't. I just...
Shh. You don't have to explain anything. I'm on your side. No matter what. It wouldn't have been murder. You wouldn't have killed him. It just would have made it so that when God decided he was ready for him, he could could go.
What's going to happen next, Em? What's he gonna do?
Well, I'm not going to get panicky until there's something to get panicky about.
Maybe he doesn't know what it was I busted.
It probably thinks it's your watch crystal.
Don't be sarcastic with your father. And don't talk with your mouth full either.
I like to see anybody take a mouthful of this stuff and not say anything. It's time to take Gramps' food.
Gramps, breakfast is ready.
Somebody who I have sheltered and protected.
And taught the best I know how all these years, last night turned on me like a mad dog and diluted my anti-gerasone, or tried to. I am no longer a young man. I can no longer bear the crushing burden of life as I once could. So after last night's bitter experience, I say goodbye. The cares of this world will soon drop away like a cloak of thorns, and I shall know peace. By the time you find this,
I will be gone.
Gosh, I mean, he's going to miss out on the 5,000-mile speedway race.
There's more. I, Harold D. Ford, etc., do hereby make, publish, and declare this to be my last will and testament, revoking any and all former wills and codicils by me heretofore made.
Oh no, not another one.
I stipulate that all of my property, of whatsoever kind and nature, not be divided, but do devise and bequeath it to be held in common by my issue without regard for generation, equally, share and share alike.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, Lou owns just as much of it as you do. I think it ought to go to the oldest person who's still working. I mean, you guys get to sit around here and snooze and collect your pension checks, while Lou...
How about we let someone who's never had any privacy get a little crack at it? Hell, you old people had plenty of privacy when you were kids. I was born and raised in the goddamn hallway barracks.
Silence! The next person who opens his mouth spends the next 6 months by the bathroom. Now get out of my room!
In a bizarre situation earlier today, police and SWAT units were called to the home of Harold Ford in Lantana. Neighbors reported what was described as an all-out riot involving over 20 adult members, male and female, of the Ford clan.
The battle spilled into the streets and adjacent properties, and after 2 hours of struggle with nothing like a...
Do you have a wash basin all your own too?
Sure, wash basin, bed, light, the works. And we thought Gramps' room was something. How long has this been going on? I wish you could see this, hun. For the first time in 40 years, I don't have the shakes.
Cross your fingers. The lawyer's gonna try and get us at least a year.
Gee, I wonder what wires you'd have to pull to get put in solitary.
All right, pipe down, or else I'm gonna toss the whole kit and caboodle of you right out. And the first one of you to let on to anybody outside how good it is in jail ain't never getting back in.
In sight, police broke in, followed by our
Channel 5 cameras. For the next half hour, patrol wagons and ambulances hauled away the Fords. And now, friends, I have a special message from the makers of anti-gerasone, a message for all you folks over 150. Are you hampered socially by wrinkles, by stiffness of joints and discoloration or loss of hair, all because these things came upon you before anti-gerasone was developed? Well, if you are, you need no longer suffer, need no longer feel different and out of things. After years of research, medical science has now developed super anti-gerasone. In weeks, yes, weeks, you can look, feel, and act as young as your great-great-grandchildren. Wouldn't you pay $5,000 to be indistinguishable from everybody else? Well, you don't have to. Safe, tested super anti-gerasone costs you only a few dollars a day. Right now for your free trial carton. Just put your name and address on a $1 postcard and mail it to Super, Box 500,000, Schenectady, New York. Have you got that? I'll repeat it. Super, Box 500,000, Schenectady, New York.
Got it.
Now, back to the news.
Yes, life was good. He could hardly wait to see what was going to happen next.